Alright guys, I give up. I give in. Today we are going to play the most requested game on my top requested games list. That's right, we're going to play a cheap Super Nintendo cash-in. A game that only had 6 people in its credits. One of them was an executive producer, another one was quality assurance, and 2 of them worked on music. Today we're going to play a game that not even the Nostalgia Critic could beat. That's right. Today we're going to play...
Stop!
Oh, holy shit. Hi, Nostalgia Critic.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing? What gives you the right to review a horrible game that I reviewed 2 years ago?
Dude, Bebe's Kids is one of the most requested games on Until We Win. I mean, what did you want me to do? Wait for you to beat it? Oh yeah, I saw how well that went the first time through. Jeez, you couldn't even do the uppercut right. I can't wait to see what you would have done when you had to do the spin kick.
Spin kick? What? Anyway, you're the new talent. You get your ego checked at the door, pal, or else there's gonna be words.
Words? You're in Chicago. What are you gonna do? Eat a casserole and call it pizza?
Really? The pizza jokes? Is that the thing you can come up with? We gave you Blagojevich, man! Get with the times!
Well, I could have told you I was a Yankees fan and reminded you of the numerous Cubs championships. We couldn't even call them that. We've got so many of them, we might as well call them Yankee ships.
It's fucking Cubs.
Hey, come on, it's the most requested video of Until We Win, and the more people that see it, the more ad views you get. The more ad views, the more money. It's win-win for the both of us. Come on, I'm sure we can work something out.
What about my ego? How do you think I feel watching someone just breeze through this picture while I had to spend 2 years in therapy?
Hey, relax. It's gonna be therapeutic for you, man. 2 years of therapy, and now you finally get to close a chapter on your life by watching me beat the game. It'll be like coming out of the closet. Only not.
Fine. Go play Bebe's Kids until you win. Fucking shit. Fucking god. Fuckwad. Ass!
Alright, so, Bebe's Kids is one of those SNES games. You know the kind, the cheaply made cash-in game that doesn't look quite right, doesn't control quite right, and could have been fun if only a lot more effort was put into it. I guess you could label it SNESploitation? This game isn't difficult as it is annoying. Everything about this game is like a torture test. The graphics burn your eyes, the controls are slower than dial-up, and then there's the music. The sweet, wonderful background music. I mean, just listen to this candy for your ears. This game does present certain challenges that will probably make you go mad. First are the controls, like I said, and yeah, the Nostalgia Critic talked about this in his review, but he didn't explain the half of it. I don't know how to explain it, but the controls feel somehow delayed, as if the game takes a second to think about the input and then reacts to it. If you've ever played a bad SNES game, then you know what I mean. It's not visually noticeable, but it just feels wrong. Of course, there are the horrible button combinations. You press A to pick up items, B to jump, Y to punch, and X to kick. As you probably already know, punching and kicking is virtually useless, so you need to perform special attacks. You press L or R and Y to uppercut. Of course, much like Batman Forever on the SNES, you have to press L slightly before you press Y. It's strange. Now if you jump and then press L and X, you'll perform a spinning jump kick, and again, you've got to press L slightly before you press X. And it's time for Game Controls 101. This is a Super Nintendo controller. It has a directional pad, 2 interface buttons, 4 face buttons, and 2 shoulder buttons. Now if you remove the directional pad and interface buttons, that gives you 6 whole buttons to use for all of your input needs. Unless you're building something like a fighting game, where mastery of the game is based around the user's ability to input an intricate combination of buttons to perform special attacks, you should never need more than 6 buttons. Ever! As it stands, Bebe's Kids would function better on an Xbox 360 controller than it does on the SNES controller. Look at all of this madness. We really need to simplify this controller scheme. First off, picking up items needs to be thrown right the fuck out the window. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up style game. You should never have to consciously pick up items. So let's rip the A button out and replace it with automatic item pickups. Second, the punching and kicking are utterly useless in this one. Outside of the House of Glass, you'll never need them. In fact, you'll be spending the entire game uppercutting and spin kicking your way through the levels, so that's something that absolutely has to fucking change. Let's pull out all of the uppercut and spin kick from the game. Instead, let's give the punches and kicks normal damage. Now when the player jumps and attacks, let's make the spin kick an automatic move. Booyah! Now you're using only 3 buttons, leaving A, L, and R free. But wait, there's still a problem of having weapons. I've got that handled. Make the A button the button to use your weapon. Now you're free to use L and R to cycle through your inventory of weapons. You see decent game design? Not that fucking hard. Ha! Alright, now that that's out of the way and out of my system, the next difficult part are the enemies. No, I don't mean to say that they're going to kill you so much as they're going to avoid the living shit out of you. No, you think I'm kidding? I spent nearly all the time in one stage chasing these pricks back to the beginning of the level just so I can go further in the beat-em-up stage, only to have to chase these idiots down again. Aside from these nitwits, there are a bunch of other enemies in the game that will hurt you, but they're pretty much pushovers. That is, they're pushovers until their AI goes out of control and starts spamming the hell out of their ranged attacks. Oh yes, the enemies in this game have almost nothing but ranged attacks, and you've got your little uppercut cock punch thing. Oh, believe me, it gets annoying. And oh yeah, there's a timer. You get around 200 ticks per level, which equates to around, I don't know, 2 minutes per stage. Considering that one of them's a goddamn maze, though, it's pretty fucking annoying. I guess I've put it off long enough. It's time to talk about the levels. Each stage is made up of 2 or 3 parts. A side-scrolling beat-em-up level, a second gimmick level, and occasionally a boss. The first stage is made up of 2 levels. The first beat-em-up section is an absolute joke once you know how to do the uppercut or spinning jump kick. I mean, it's an absolute joke, and if you're a veteran of hard games playing this level, it's almost insulting. In fact, I'm not even going to waste your time with it. All I have to say is, use the uppercut to take out the men in black and the fat guys in my suits and move to the second level. The next level is, as you probably know, the House of Glass. There's a counter at the top of the screen and a baby causing glass objects to fall. The glass will either hit the floor, which does nothing but make an annoying sound, or it can hit you, causing 3 points of damage, or you can break it in midair, causing the counter to decrease by 1 for small objects and 2 for larger ones, or the guy at the bottom of the screen can catch the glass, which causes the counter to rise by 2 every time he catches a piece. The problem with this level is that you only get 1 attack in midair, and the hit detection is a bit off. That makes this a fairly challenging level if you're not willing to invest some time into it. When I say that the hit detection is a bit off, I mean it. You have to time your punches so that your fist is in the process of coming out and not fully extended by the time it hits the glass. If your arm is fully extended and you simply move your arm into the glass, you're just going to take damage. I guess it's more realistic, but this is a damn video game about an animated movie that bombed at the box office. Why the hell would I expect any bit of reality here? Oh well, just time your punches right and make sure you break the large objects and you'll be able to move on without much of a problem. The second stage has 2 levels, the first one being another beat-em-up stage that I won't bore you with. Now I've got to give Bebe's kids credit here. They sort of mixed up gameplay elements to keep the game spicy and entertaining. They failed miserably at it, of course, but still, at least they had an idea of alternating between beat-em-up levels and gimmick levels to sort of keep the flowing. Well, it's an idea, at least, and that's a hell of a lot more credit than I can give to most SNES cash-in games, so congrats. The next level, of course, is what I like to call my personal fucking hell, and I really, really hate this level. The Haunted House. I cannot begin to describe to you how many ways from Sunday this level is broken. It's a maze. That's not a bad thing. Mazes can make for really fun gameplay. You can go all the way back to Adventure or even the Zork series to see how mazes can be fun. This one, though, is not fun. This, of course, is not the type of maze that is well executed. There are a ton of enemies here, and that just means you're going to take a lot of damage. There's also a strict timer here. You've got roughly 2 minutes to find your way through the entire maze. That means two things. You can't get lost, and you can't stop to fight enemies. So basically, you've got one shot to get through the maze. Mess up, and you're gonna die. Or you're gonna die. A lot. A lot. Now I know this is until we win, and I usually explain exactly how to get through a level, but I'll be damned if I know how to get through this level. Each time I've had to play this level, I basically blindly went through every room hoping for the best. I do have some tips though. First, the thermometer at the top will turn red the closer you get to the end of the stage. It's a cute idea, I guess, but it's ineffective at best and a cock tease at worst. You see, there are about 2 or 3 rooms where the thermometer will turn bright red, but you only have one exit. Back to the beginning of the level. Oh yeah, there's only one correct path to take, and everything else will tease you and drive you insane by sending you through a trick door that starts you off at the beginning of the maze, but won't let you back to where you were. This game is a mean mistress. You're also on the clock, like I said, so if you take the wrong way, you're hosed. There's this ledge at the start of the level that teases you with some cool looking weapon and a 1-up. Don't bother trying to find the door to it because A, it's impossible to locate, and B, the door doesn't take you back to the part of the stage you came from, so by getting the 1-up, you are, in a sense, killing yourself. There is one bit of good advice I can give you. When you end up in this room with a carpet and 2 doors, you'll notice that your thermometer turns blue. Do not enter the door on the left. Instead, go back the way you came and systematically go through each door. There are a couple of doors that will send you to the beginning of the stage, but with enough practice, you'll find your way to the exit. Of course, you could always just watch this video and figure out the maze path for yourself. Thing is, I'm not going to draw you a map. The next stage starts us off with, surprise, surprise, another beat-em-up level. After that, you'll fight your way through the gimmick level, a pirate ship. This is one of the more annoying beat-em-up levels, though, because the pirates like to throw their swords at you, and you have to face these damn birds. I seriously hate these fucking things. They don't die. They refuse to die. Imagine if you took the House of Glass stage and combined the falling glass with some AI that intentionally wants to kill you. It's annoying. I mean, it's like playing the white deck against the blue deck in Magic the Gathering, and the blue deck puts out the Phantom Warrior with his 2 damage, and he keeps poking you with his 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage every round. Let's move on, shall we? Okay. Really though, this is just like any other beat-em-up stage. You kill all the enemies to make the screen move forward. Sometimes you'll have to kill those parrots. It's annoying, but they only take 1 hit to take down, so it shouldn't be impossibly hard, just bothersome. You'll know you're at the end of the level when you see a pirate wheel and a pit at the bottom of the screen. What are you supposed to do? Steer the ship? Go beyond the wheel? No! You need to jump down the pit. It's obvious, isn't it? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. The 3rd level in this stage is your first boss battle. Yes, there are boss battles in Bebe's Kids. I couldn't believe it either. What the hell is that? This is the stupidest looking boss I've ever seen in my life. I mean, God, it looks like a 3rd grader drew it. I mean, it's got the 3rd grader hook for a hand, it's got an arm cannon from Mega Man, and he looks like Guybrush Threepwood put on 600 pounds. Who greenlit this shit? As stupid as he looks, this one isn't one of the easiest boss battles. At this point, you're guaranteed to be low on health, and this boss is relentless with his hook, and will punish you with his arm cannon at long range. You can't hit him in the legs, even though his chicken legs look like the most vulnerable spot, so your punch, kick, and uppercut are all out of the equation. See, you've got to spin kick this guy right in the face, and you've got to be on the right plane. If you're positioned too high or too low, the kick will completely miss. Oh, but he can hit you just fine from almost anywhere on the screen. Once you find a good position to hit him, keep attacking until he goes down. Something between 4 and 6 hits ought to take him out. I didn't bother counting. The next stage is the pits, I think. Literally. You hide in some basement-looking thing, and it's the hardest stage I've faced by far. The first part is a beat-em-up in a basement with a bunch of pits leading down and up. Fortunately, this isn't a damn maze. Unfortunately, this is where the enemies can routinely whoop your ass. The Richard Nixon robot that actually looks like a mad scientist will fire electricity at you in a nearly never-ending barrage. Oh, and did I mention that you don't get any recovery time after being hit? Oh, no. You get 0 recovery time here, buddy. Once you get hit, you get knocked down. The AI here can literally spam you with attacks and take you down to 0 health nearly instantly. There are other enemies here, too. The guys hiding in the holes will throw God knows what at you. I have no idea what they're throwing. I mean, what the hell is that? And then there are these guys. They're a lot like the mice in the earlier beat-em-up stages, except they talk.
Gotta go, gotta come.
Did he just say, got a gold cock?
Gotta go, gotta come.
He did. He just asked me if I had a gold cock. Why is a transsexual grimace asking me if I have a gold cock? You know what? Just keep going to the right and don't look back. The next level is absolutely pointless. It's about, 2 screens long and has a couple of old lady-looking robots attacking you. These robots have no pants on. There are also robot bears that run around and try to leap on you. They too have nothing covering their lower halves. Is this some sort of political statement? Why do these robots go pantless? Every other robot is fully dressed. You know what? Fuck it. Just kill them and move on to the final boss. In a game that has been full of what the fuck moments, this one has got to take the cake. I mean, who the fuck designed this boss? Seriously, look at him. He has a buff upper body and the most well-manicured robot nails ever. This is the gayest robot I've ever seen. Paul would be proud. Oh, and yeah, he suffers from the same fatal artwork that the pirate does. Huge upper body, chicken legs. And much like the pirate boss, he has 2 attacks, melee and long range. Although the melee looks like he's trying to scratch you, and the laser beam he fires looks like he's trying to poop or something. He's also hard as hell to hit, not only because of the piss-poor hit detection, but because he can take you out in midair, making this fight long and tedious. Thankfully, the developers were kind enough to leave out a time limit for the end boss. Kind being an overstatement, I in fact think they did it out of self-preservation, because if they had left in the time limit, I would hunt these fuckers down and burn them at the stake. Okay. It's okay. No reason to get angry. They did leave in the end boss music. Wonderful, beautiful end boss music. Matsui would be proud. It plays a loop. Over and over again. And over and over again. Help me!
Too strong. Too strong. Too strong. Too strong. That's the law. Wake up! Too strong. Too strong. Too strong. That's the law. Wake up! Everybody! Wake up! Everybody! Wake up! Everybody! Wake up! That's the law. Too strong. Too strong. Too strong. Too strong. That's the law.
Wow, I didn't see a lot of credits for the story elements in this one. I guess the executive producer took the reins on that little project, didn't he?